So no, now what we have here is two groups. It's middles and opposites. Um, so we are doing an exercise that is defense from the coach. Then the middle blocker on the other side have to read they have to read the set of whoever is setting. In this case, can be either setting the middle blocker or the opposite. And then we are working on trying to have a big first step in block, trying to read the ball and trying to read the ball, and then just turning. We don't jump in the morning. It's very unusual that we jump in the morning. Uh, I don't like it. I just don't like it. So, and then after if we are just focus on trying to focus on the first step. That was something that we do a lot like a negative step. Like the first step goes behind your line. So we are focusing a lot to try to have this big step to reach a lot of core and get faster to the ping, no? And then we add one set. So you turn, we pretend that there is a defense on the other side, and middle blocker after the blocking movement. She turns and set, and at the same time we try to we have tried to pretend both coaches on the pings are like real hitters. So then after we also do a defense from a real attack, right? From a real set. So that sometimes it's different to play defense with a set with somebody set it that with a coach tossing their own ball, you know. So this is basically what we're doing now here, like focusing a little bit on just the block without blocking and just the movements and some setting and defense. Yeah. No, yeah. Here, for example, we have the setters and the libero, no, to the squad. Um, that's the only jump that I do in the morning. The set for sure you have to do it sometimes in the morning. And I'm tossing on one side, and then the other setter it's passing setting real reception from one. Then we have the middles and the opposites serving to our libero. And then after playing defense, because the drill before was a little bit more control, it was not real defense, because that's one of the things that I always say when we are doing these kind of drills with the coaches, like, because sometimes we push too much. The drill in the morning was setting, it's not defense. So like in the morning, I mean, earlier in the morning, the first drill, it's setting, it's not defense. So you need a certain control there to be able to set in good condition, right? So now they are serving and they're doing the normal approach for defense, and then they get a ball from the coach. So on one side they said reception coming from one, and me, I'm creating a little bit some footworks, you know, like sometimes it's in system, sometimes it's out of system. Like we are changing a little bit what kind of footwork we want to work on. And this is important because lately a lot of teams, you know, they serve tactically to one a lot. So I think setters have to feel comfortable with the ball coming from one, especially in warm up. No? You find some teams, including me, that sometimes you just set to one because it's just more uncomfortable to set your middle if the ball is a little bit off the net, or you become a little bit more readable with the ball coming from one. So that's why I really put a lot of volume on our setters work with in general coming everything from one, like transition 6-1 or reception from one. One setter is setting 4 with the reception from one. The other setter is setting back with the reception from one. So we are working uh, both directions now.
It's the same. You only defend from the
And yeah, I only change the direction.
spike from the other side. Yeah.
Here, yes.
The setters, they can choose the tempo that they set, or it's more like
Yeah. They can choose. They can choose. Yes. I mean, normally the 4, yeah, the same. They can. Not all our players have the same tempo, right?
Mhm.
We had some players that they need a loopier ball, and yeah, it's hard. I work a lot with the tempo hoop, not only with the location hoop, but it's with the bowling system, right? It's just an analytic job with the setters. I choose the high where between between the hoop and the setter, and then we say, okay, this is the high you have to set, and kind of it's the ball that the ball, the speed that I want it for. But once you have more people, and because I use another hoop between the location hoop and the setter, I use a tempo hoop. So you cannot when you are doing like another kind of job with defense, middles, and like this.
So you have to play through the first hoop to get the right curve to get to the second hoop. That's what you mean.
Not through. I play over. Some people remove the net in the middle of the hoop, and then they try to play through. What I do is I choose. I mean, I put the hoop up, and then I choose. Normally, I'm like in the 1, 2, 3. Normally, I try to put the hoop in the fourth white. So let's say like 1 or 2 lines from the below the antenna, no, the top of the antenna.
Yeah, so 20, 10, 27 is lower than I thought.
Around 20, yes.
There's one morning practice just with the setters, and I think in that video you do that.
Yeah. Okay.
After we finish this, I will find it for once again. No,
okay. But this is I think it's always fair, especially because he was to me one of the greatest guy that I met in my life. For sure, you knew him, but that tempo hoop told me Miguel Ángel Falasca. He told me, do you work only with Loki? Because we did the coaching license, we did it together. And then also we knew each other for a long time, and his brother Guillermo. And every time after the classes, we were going to have a beer, and then I kind of learned more from him than from anyone else. And he wasn't he was getting the license, right? And he told me, look, the best way, like I was asking always tips, advices, and everything, and I admired him. I grew up playing, and he was like star, and so he told me about the tempo hoop, and since then, after that summer, I started working. Since 2014, I work with the tempo hoop, so just that the setters get used to the high of the ball. So now the middle blockers were the whole time 7-1, right? So now we do a little bit of service to 5. As you see, everybody middles and opposites are 7-5, and then the libero is doing a little bit of defense with the setters, just to finish the whole training.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, we arrive at 37.
If everybody was 7-1, so yeah, to have a little bit of volume on sim 3 and 4. I put two targets, but you cannot see from here because I don't know if you see, it's like small cones, yellow, and I have four sims, sim 1, sim 2, sim 3, sim 4, and then so when they are
you see it, but you see it really bad.
And
yeah,
exactly. So trying to find the seam between both outsides and the sideline. Yes. Yeah. Now the outside hitters come, and yeah, the setters did the set out of reception always from 1, right? Either from the libero or me tossing. And now I bring the outside hitters, and then I like always I put a lot of volume in this connection, especially in the seam. I try to work a lot on it, always with both outsides. For sure, the outsides are gonna play together, or they play together more often, right? But you will see that everybody. I try to change it and to make all the possible couples, yes, passing, and then for sure, also all the outsides go with the libero for the same reason. And then you have one setter setting back and the other setter setting forward, then they will rotate. And yeah.
I saw that if we take the next video after this, there is the player that's injured and she's doing the receiving from a chair. Yeah. Is there also some like more technical work than you do this?
No. I normally don't spend so much time in this kind of analytic job. I always prefer to have as real as you can. I understand that we go to this debate of what kind of philosophy you like a little bit more. Like, there are always these two tendencies. Like everybody say that. I have another tendency that these two tendencies, not the Brazilian or the American, no, like a little bit more analytic with the coaches from the box and doing a lot of repetition. That is the Brazilian, and then the American that it's more like trying to read the game. The coaches are not so involved in the practice, and so I try a little bit both. So at the end, the coaches are serving, but I mean we are serving. We try to always, for example, there I'm trying to find the left to work with the left. I'm trying then probably the next go to the seam. Okay, again to the left, but I'm trying to, we are trying to create situations with the real serve, working to the seam there. So I prefer that, the coach at the box and try to serve, trying to create a situation. Okay, let's focus a little bit on the right or let's focus a little bit on the left than this technical job because slow to open up and but no, normally we don't spend so much time in this kind of let's say youth work or
Yeah. So it's more about having the couple perform and reception,
connect together. These boys
connect, etc.
Sometimes, okay, Ricky's serving for 5. I'm serving for 1. Sometimes we try to move the box a little bit, especially when the service is from 1, like bring it a little bit more inside, because then the priority, the seam is not taken by 6, it's taken by 5. So then to try to create different stimulus, to try to create different discussions, no? In the outside, hey, this is my ball, this is your ball. If it drops, it's mine. If it goes long, it's yours. I always like, for example, with Tati, I try to tell always my outside that even if the ball goes to 5, that the 6 should cross behind and take the long seat in case, at last moment, the outside decide to leave the ball for some reason, and then we have the 6 try to take this long seam.
Yeah, I will try to find this one back because we just had your 6 doing this, like cutting behind, and I think it can come now. Yeah, we can wait 30 seconds to see if it comes or not. But it was a really good example of what you just said. Yeah. It's not coming, but it doesn't matter. I will find an example to put inside.
It was before, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah. So now, the last part of it, yes. So now, okay, like everybody, like the outsides pass 6-5 and 6-5 with the liberos, but they didn't pass from 1, right? So now we have one coach is serving 1-1 and another coach serving 5-1, and then we without the setups because the setters already set with the ball coming from 1. So they are not just doing pass anyone. The setters go to weights, and now you see Madison, and you finish the practice. The thing is, like I do three. I don't always do the same practice. I'm trying to change sometimes different things. So, for example, normally I do defense, but we do 3 morning groups during a normal week, right? When we play just one game on Saturday. Sometimes we do defense, sometimes we do defense and reception. Sometimes we do, only a little bit of serve and defense. It depends, change a little bit.
No, good. Let me skip until the end, but I think this is, I think they changed. Yeah. Okay. This is the end. Stop share. I will try to find the one with the tempo hoop. It's a great name, by the way, tempo.
Yeah, it's for the tempo because I believe
it's good logic.
You can put it whatever you want. I mean, if you put it high all the way, but it's 2 antennas. Yes, I've seen other coaches doing it after they were my players, so and now they are coaches. It was useful for them also.